Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hi. How's everyone? Hi, Scooter. Therapy? What therapy are you going for, Scooter? Hi, Leon. Long time no see. Hi, Roland. Nice, eh? Talk more about this later on. How you guys doing? You guys doing fine? Oh, I pulled a muscle in my back, so I have stiff neck today. Must be the way I slept, maybe the pillow, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, it's because of lack of exercise. Yeah, I haven't been cycling, I haven't been exercising, I've been sitting down on my butt for too long. Okay. Okay. Let me just say hi to you guys. So, hello, Ezekiel Torres. Hey. Hello, Juan Morales. Yeah. Code Blue. Hi. How are you? Kid PM. How are you? Scrunch. Hey. Good of you to join us. Race Rich. It's Friday and 34 degrees out. I'm great. Oh, okay. Where are you from, Grace? Are you in Singapore? KPM, yes. PRS. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna talk a bit about the PRS and my love-hate relationship with that. Gunnar Loeb, God bless you and others in the chat. I have to talk with my wife on the phone. Cool. You cannot neglect your wife. Okay, you should talk to your wife. How you guys doing? Are you guys doing? I know some of you are in the States, some of you are in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken, or in South America. Some from Europe. Kwamaru Arfin, thank you for the Viper. Hey, glad. I'm so glad you can join us. Are you feeling okay? Are you feeling better now? Juan Molares, I love your videos, teacher. Consultation. Do you think the chord 290 can be used to play funk or like Luis Miguel? Whoa, that's my favorite. Yeah, favorite artists. Yeah, from South America. Yeah, you can definitely. Okay, I have so many questions coming in about whether this guitar can do a certain genre of music and whether this guitar is suited for a genre of music. And I think that's why certain guitars are more popular, because they can kind of handle every genre, most genres. Hi, Joe McCarthy, how are you? We're back also. I bought an... Oh, okay, that's cool. The Nick Johnston is pretty cool too. Okay, so coming back to where I was talking about. Now, most guitars are are suited for any genres if you know how to tweak your sound. Like, I've seen guys playing funk on a Les Paul, and you would have thought that Les Paul is more for jazz or for rock, hard rock, but not for funk, you know. But I've seen guys doing that, and I've seen guys using Les Pauls for country, of all things, and they get away with it. You know, it's just a matter of how they play. I've seen guys using Stratocasters for single coil Stratocasters for heavy metal. Yeah, look at Lynn Johnston. You know, Lynn Johnston has his three single coils, and they're not terribly like, you know, high gain, like, you know, something that will shred your face off. But he gets away with it, and he does really good stuff with all the heavy stuff that he did. He does heavy melodic stuff, which I really love. But you know, he does that with the Strat. You know, you would think that, oh, you know, heavy metal, you know, all this kind of instrumental music, I should get something like what Joe Santarani has. with all the high-powered DiMarzio or humbuckers or whatever you have, the Fluence pickups and all the exotic names. But they come down to it, any guitar is able to play whatever genre you see fit. It all depends on how you play it. So a lot of things to unpack, because when we're talking about how you approach that guitar to play a certain genre, you gotta know what effects you're gonna use, what sort of amps you're gonna use, and what sort of playing style you're gonna use, right? So as you know, funk, it pertains to precision strumming and picking, and single notes. So you gotta perfect that skill set down, and then you can actually apply whatever you learned on that skill set on funk playing to any guitars. It doesn't matter, because it will sound like you're playing funk. And if you're going to play like rock, or heavier stuff, it all depends on your amp, the distortion, what sort of distortion you're going to use. Are you going to use like I mentioned last week's live stream, how I prefer using the amp stage, the amp distortion stage, or rather the amp preamp stage to drive. Some might prefer a pedal, some might prefer other stuff. But that's me, okay? So you have to consider about whether getting a distortion pedal, so a certain distortion pedal, or a certain overdrive pedal, and a certain amp, and what sort of effects you're going to use. And then the guitars, okay? So the guitar comes to the point where you have to decide whether you want a higher output pickups on the guitars. You can always make do with a Strat. Like I said, a Strat can do almost everything, but you have to kind of consider the fact that when you're using a Strat, there'll be 60 cycle hum, stuff to consider. Like the tone will be a bit thinner than a humbucker, so it depends on what you want to do. So in the case of a chord, it has two humbuckers. I think it has two humbuckers, and it's just a split call, so it's more or less a universal guitar. So I get questions asked, like, how do you which guitar is preferable for a certain genre? I understand that you might be a newcomer to the field of guitars, and you want to make a careful purchase. I understand that, but let me just tell you straight off, right? So any guitar is suited for any genre. It's just music that you're playing. That's it. Once we come to the point where we dictate, okay, Les Paul is for rock, a Telecaster is for country, a Stratocaster is for pop and rock and whatever, then you're just typecasting every piece of instrument, and that is not ideal for me. Unless of course you're getting an acoustic guitar to play rock. That's like, but then again, I've seen people do it, so yeah. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to get. And then I get guys asking me, how do you compare this model of guitar to? I don't own a shop, dudes. I don't have a shop here. I'm not like in a place where it rains guitars, and I can just pick and choose every. I can only review certain guitars that comes my way when I request, and nice people like Jeanette from John Davis, or Yin Long and Mike from City Music and Band Lab and all that. They are the ones who are providing me, these toys to play with, and that's all. So don't ask me about this guitar as compared to that, because I can never know. And some of the guitars review that I did like many years back, I can't for the life remember. I don't have like photographic memory. Right. Okay. So Winnipeg, it's 34 degrees in Winnipeg. Wow. That's pretty hot. Above all in Canada, right? Winnipeg, yeah? Oh, okay. Alright, so Scrunch, just about to buy an Eastman Les Paul. Do you have it? No, I have no experiences with Eastman guitars, but I've heard that they're pretty good. Okay, so Kamaru feeling good now, so just sitting at home jamming and waiting for upcoming surgeries. Okay. Take it easy, huh? Take it easy. You'll get better. Travis Skid, hi, how are you? Johnny Zombie, hey. What's this? Coin Guru Minister. Good Lord, you got a lot of stuff going. Good Lord of mine, good God of mine, play that funky music, brother. Stop But later on, and you can see my collection. God bless and keep up the good deed, Pastor Bob. Okay. Rick Chia, hi John, fellow countryman here. Will be grateful to hear your thoughts on your new Nick Johnston signature, particularly tonality wise with respect to the roasted maple fingerboard compared ebony. Okay, good question. As I've said, I got a pull muscle in my back, so if I look awkward, I'm in pain. Okay, well, not intense pain, but enough to irk me. Okay, so this is the Nick Johnston. Now this is the roasted maple fretboard. You have another model with the ebony fretboard, but I don't see the ebony fretboard on this color, which I would prefer, because I prefer an ebony fretboard with this atomic orange. But in any case, I kind of love this also. But like I said, the only problem is that the fret dots, is inconspicuous. Okay, tone wise, you probably get a little bit of a warmness in the ebony fret, just a little bit, but I don't think there's a whole lot of difference, because ebony is also a hardwood. Unless you're getting a rosewood, then there'll be a difference. But I don't think there's any tonal difference. Yeah. Adrian Chow, you guys are brothers? Which chair or type of chair do you recommend for practicing guitar sitting down? A simple bar stool will do, but it's not exactly the most comfortable. Well, okay. Now the thing is that when you're sitting down and playing, if you have a backrest, it'd be nice. You can play for long hours, but then you gotta cook your leg up and try to be or hippie like or relax. But you cannot get any practicing that. No way. It's just too relaxed. So what I used to do, and that explains why my posture is horrible, is that I would now these days I would get a stool because it's easier on my hips. So you all know I'm getting on in age. Okay, so I got a stool down here, so I'll just prop it out and then I can just play it, with the right posture and kind of like do what you can. And half the time you're looking at the fretboard, right? If you're practicing, so you'll be probably like looking at a fretboard and playing. That's fine. Come a time when you have to stay away from looking at the fretboard and look elsewhere, especially when you're performing on stage. On stage, my guitar is not that high. My guitar is somewhere out here, right? Yeah, I try to look cool. I've tried playing my guitar all the way down here, which I cannot for the life of me. I don't understand how people can play guitar all the way here. But anyway, my ideal position will be around here. So yeah, it takes a bit of practicing to do that. So sitting down and practicing, it depends on whichever is comfortable for you, to kind of like practice for long hours. Yeah. And talking about long hours, you can practice as long as your fingers are not hurting. Once your fingers start hurting, then you have to stop, because you might not know the long-term damage that you're going to do to your joints or to your fingertips. On your right hand, when you're doing all the strumming and whatever you do, just be careful that you don't exert too much strength on your wrists, because you might pull a muscle, like how I pull a muscle in my back from sleeping. But anyway, you gotta be careful of listen to your body. If your body complains, then it's time to okay, why is there pain, and just relax for a while, and then once the pain subsides, you can start practicing. I used to practice for 8 hours, 9 hours straight when I was really young, and I didn't know any pain then, because I just wanted to get shit done. I just want to get that stuff down, and I would just practice, and even though my fingertips are all tender, these days I have calluses, because I've been doing YouTube videos, I've been playing almost every day. But back then, when I was young, I sometimes would stop for a couple of days and then start again. But once I got a hang of it, I got into the regimen of practicing every day. So that kind of built up my calluses through the years. Something to consider if you're thinking about taking up guitar seriously, right? So it's all about stamina. It's a bit like cycling, you know. Like, you know, if I were to make a commitment to cycle 30 km, fine. The next time I go out, I'm gonna hit 45 if I can, and the next one 60, and then the next one 100. And as you go further and further, you kind of get to understand what endurance is. So it's the same with guitar playing, and that's why I can take it, like, you know, playing a show for 3 hours, you know, standing up and playing guitar for 3 hours, you know. It takes a certain stamina, and to be on your what you call that, your what's the name of your top form, right? Your top form. So you got to like deliver what you're being paid for, and to be there for 3 hours and nailing it, you know, it's something that takes a whole lot of stamina, right? So something to train. Okay. Juan Morales, thank you very, very much. Always supporting and dazzling with his knowledge. Marc, Marisi, bonjour, comment allez-vous? From Reunion Island, wow, okay. Tartone? From Charlotte, North Carolina, how are you doing? Hope you're doing fine. Travis Skeet, Travis Skeet, Jonathan, do you find that Japanese builders have just as good or better quality than American? Oh, definitely. Sorry, not to put you guys down, but I mean, America the Great has given us so many great things through the years. Great quality guitars, you know, wonderful innovations. But say what you will, Japanese always makes everything better. I'm not Japanese, but I respect them. Right, I respect their innovation, their ingenuity, and the perseverance. So they can't make everything better, like, you know, like, and that's what the Chinese are doing right now in China, because I've seen the standard, the quality of the Chinese made guitars these days are like, whoa, it's like out of ballpark. You know, they are really good. So the Japanese had it honed down to a skill that, especially in Fender Japan, like, you know, the Fender Japan made models are really, really good. Really, really good. So yes, I say yes to that. You're welcome, Rick. Joe McCarthy, okay, you have, yeah, oh, okay. Dominic from Croatia. Hey, how are you? Is it still cold in Croatia? Kid PM, did you really have fun at dentist? No, I did not. I hate the dentist. I think I spoken about this last week. Yeah, I hate the dentist. So, what's your favorite Fender Japan model? The Strats. Yeah, basically the Strats. You know, I love Strats, so I find that the well, even the Telecasters are really nice. So it depends on the model and the make. But then again, I'm just talking in a broad stroke, right? In a very broad stroke. Of course, you're gonna get lemons every now and then, but so far I haven't like encountered a lemon from a Japanese made guitar. Yeah, even the Tokais. Especially the ESPs, you know, which that is an ESP, but that's an ESP, American ESP, right? The Japanese made ESPs and what's the other one? The Edwards, right? They're wonderful. They're beautiful. They're like, you know, really like perfectly made. You know, so it's something to consider. Like, you know, if you're looking for like a not too expensive take on the Fender Strat or the Telecaster. These are the models to look at. But then again, you guys are from North America, so it might be a little bit hard. Dominic, it's really hot today, but they say it will rain for the... Wow. Okay, so it's summer. Summer is upon us. I tell you what, it's hot in Singapore, right? So it's like 37 degrees centigrade at times. It's so hot, and I'm suffering here because I don't like hot weather, you know. And that's probably explains why I pull a muscle, because of the atmospheric differences. What sort of bull was that? But anyway, I think it's a combination of everything. Who's this? Wanna cry? I bought a... What? You bought a what? What? What's a EART? Is that a chord, or you trying to type? I don't know. Samashwa? Yeah? Which electric guitar would you suggest? There you go again, another one. I don't know. Under 1,000 US, 1,000 Singapore currency. What? I don't know. You got to be more specific than that. No, they don't all suck. Yeah, I've tried some. I'm assuming that you're talking about 500, 600 US dollars, right? I played some of those in that price range, and they're really good. Yeah, like I mentioned, like the Edwards and whatever, you know. 1,000? Wow, there's a whole lot of choice you can make for 1,000 US dollars. You know what you do? You head down to Thoman. Now I'm not like promoting Thoman. The reason why I suggested Thoman is because their website is really good, and they have a whole lot of guitars there, right? You know, they bring in everything, right? So you can just kind of do some window shopping and just scroll through and decide. And they even have like sound samples, and I'm sure that if, for example, you look at a guitar under 1,000 US and you like it, you know, kind of copy and paste that model and search on Google any videos or any reviews, and you can arrive at your decision. I cannot tell you what to play, buddy. I cannot tell you what to play. I cannot tell you what to buy. I do not put myself in that jurisdiction because I don't think I should do that. That's the whole fun of it. That's the whole thing about being a guitarist is you make mistakes, you learn from your mistakes, and then you learn not to make the same mistake again, right? And then sometimes you do the same mistake again, but it's a learning process. So I will not rob you of that. I will not say, okay, go buy this guitar, you know, and thinking that is the gospel, because your taste and my taste are two different things. I may like it, you might not like it. You know, this PRS that you see, you know, this beautiful guitar, right? You might like it, I might not like it, right? And it's all a case of personal preference. So go to Thoman and shop around and see what you want to get, and just aim for it, right? Maybe get a couple of models just to be safe, right? Hey Pooh, get PR. Anything Harley Benton. Hi Leonard, how are you? What's the EART? Leonard, tell me, what is the EART? I never heard of that. Dominic, here in Croatia, one day you need shorts and you're suffering because it's like 30 degrees, and the day after it hits below 10 degrees. Ah, okay, cool. Okay, so that difference, right? Yeah, that's kind of scary. We wear shorts every day in Singapore because it's like perpetually summer all year round. Johnny Zombie, hey, how are you, man? How should an intermediate guitar player start with soloing? Learning some licks, learning full solos, creating your own solos using jam tracks? Yeah, all the above. I think I've said this before, and I'm going to repeat myself. You should start with listening to a whole lot of solos. Start listening to what your favorite guitar player is playing, and try to understand and analyze and digest what he's doing. You can always have the option to copy him or not. I find that everybody has this thing about copying, like, you know, it's a bad thing, you know. Well, of course, copyright infringement is totally bad, right? But sometimes, if you think about it, how do you learn how to walk? How do you learn how to talk when you're a baby? How do you learn how to eat? How do you learn how to say Papa or Mama? It's because you're emulating what your daddy is saying to you. Okay, call me Daddy. Here you go, Dada. You know, so that's how we learn. We evolve as a human being. So we copy from one another. And I think that if you really listen to what your favorite guitar player is playing, and more or less emulate what they are playing, and if you can hone it down, fine, cool. But work around it, like, you know, little nuances. Like, for example, it says, for example, someone's playing. What does it sound? If someone's playing this. Right, if someone's playing that, you know, with that little nuances, and you can hone it down, fine, you know. But at least you try, right? You try to do that. And then the sound, right? What is he using? Is he using a delay, a certain delay? How's the tone like? Can you kind of guess which pickup is he using? Stuff like that. You know, you're gonna really analyze your favorite guitar players playing. Hold on, let me just do something with my computer. Something just went kaput. Alright, okay. So I hope that helps, like, you know, and playing with a backing track, yeah, that helps too. But those are either investments or, you know, whatever you need to do. Playing with a looper is the best. I love to play with a looper. And yeah, trying to kind of understand what you are trying to create. Like I mentioned many times, try not to go around playing scales and stuff, but try to make sense of what you're playing, like through a set of chords that you're playing with. How to make it melodic, how to make it make sense, like, you know, that you're playing something that makes music, right? A phrase, and try to learn like phrases, like, you know, if you're gonna learn, like, what happened to the sound? Okay, stuff like that, you know. If you're gonna learn phrases like this, or, you know, all this. You hear me do that a lot of times. These are all like little phrases that I kept in my hidden memory at the back of my head, so I can call them out anytime I want. You know, and sometimes I will go for the like the orthodox, right? Really orthodox way of playing the first. You know, stuff like that, and that is primarily feel, like, you know, like how I feel like doing this, and I'll just do it, right? So yeah, something to think about. Alright, so where are we now? Okay. Mustache Man, Toman are good in shipping too. Alright. Yeah, shipping is cheap for you guys in Europe, but for us this is not cheap at all. Andrew Awaken, hey Jonathan, just completed 30 days of doing the spider walk exercise for at least 15 minutes a day. Did it help? Cool, it helped, right? So went from really struggling to moving from string to string, and my third and fourth fingers always wanting to stick together, so to a decent level. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I'm glad. Pool, sunshade times on the moon, like extreme, we stay inside. No. You're right. Okay, I still have some way to go before I'm fully satisfied. I still mess up with the picking sometimes, but I improve a lot. Way to go. Hi, Daniel. Vin G, would I buy pedal or amp? Please choose one. I don't know. You make a decision. I just talk about this, like, you know, it's your decision to make. Of course, you need an amp because you're gonna play guitar. How would you hear a guitar without amp, right? Kid PMZ sounds and live in Europe, alright. I will send you a picture tomorrow. Made in China. Okay. Cool. Just ordered a Sterling Cutlass. Wow. Nice. Can I borrow it? Leonard? Please. Travis. Jonathan, I don't think I've ever seen your pedal board. Do you use one? No, I don't. I use a Helix. Well, that's a pedal board. It's a multi effects board. It's right at the back there. I use it for my tours. On screen, I mean on my computer, I use a what you call that? A plugin, a native plugin, a Helix native plugin. Right. So as usual, if you guys want to buy me a cup of coffee, right, you can always click on that super chat, super sticker, and get me a cup of coffee. And also, if you want to support this channel, yeah, you can always join with Patrons. Right. Cheers. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. And the other question I have is that is there any specific exercise for battering the hand synchronization, or how can I improve that, because I really struggle with it. Hi Jack, how you doing? You can have it. Well, that's the one that Samaswa. That was what Andrew was talking about, the finger, the spider exercise. Oh, I'm really bad at that too. So it's like a figure eight. So if you start with the low string, you can just do F and F sharp, and then on your third and fourth finger, you skip to the fifth string, and then you do the C and C sharp. Got it? So just do up and down stroke. Get yourself acquainted to it, and then the next round would be your B flat and B on the A string, and then G and G sharp on the E string. So it's like a figure eight, right? F, F sharp, C, C sharp, B flat, B, G, G sharp, right? See, I messed up. And then you go across the fretboard. So as it goes up, it's easier. You know, it could be harder. So that's how you kind of like limber up. This is more of an exercise to warm up the fingers. I do this before a show. I also do the chromatic thing. So these are things that to kind of like loosen up your joints, if that helps, right? Mustache Man, do you play in worship band too? Yes, I do. I do play in my church worship band. Yeah. Hi, Chris. You're great. Thank you for the coffee. Okay, that's what Chris is doing. He's buying me coffee through super chat, super sticker. Right. How you doing, young man? Leonard, check my handphone. All right. Whoa. Well, the neck looks like Ibanez, but I like how your cutlass is. You ordered a blue one? Cool. Kid PM, I know this is not guitar related, but have you seen Tenet? Yes, I've seen Tenet. I liked it a lot. It's a bit mind-boggling, but after a while, I got hang of it. Yeah, it's like real well written script. Yeah. Daniel, have you ever used any Joyo gear? I'm thinking about the Voodoo Octave Octavia Clonish pedal. Just traded my PV Bandit for a Corp Volca. Wow, cool. Joyo. Is this a Joyo? Huh? No, this used to be a Joyo pedal. This is it's now rebranded as Harley Benton. Joyo comes up with a whole lot of pedals. Yes, I do have a couple of stuff here. I think I have a compressor here somewhere. Yeah, from Joyo. Take care, Pastor Bob. Thank you, Chris. I'm good. I'm good. Hisha, when using a valve amp as a pedal platform, how should it not be set on the clean channel, and does the preamp valve have any coloring on the pedal tone? No, because well, depending on which pedal tone, which pedal you're talking about. If you're talking about which pedal you're talking about, let me know first which pedal you're talking about. A pedal that you put into your effects loop, or a pedal that you put right after your guitar and then into your amp. Joe McCarthy, I have a PRS C24 semi-hollow coming in next week. Cool, nice. I actually have a McCarty in my living room, a PRS McCarty, and I think that's an SE, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, looks great. Haven't tried yet. I thought I'll do this first, and I gonna do the review tonight after this live stream. Just very pretty, but I played with it, and yeah, I have my thing about this, but I shall talk about this later on. Okay, drinking sake and work. Wow, that's a nice way of doing it. Oh, the Piezo sounds great. Yeah, this is the only thing that I am impressed. Well, the thing about a PRS Piezo system, it worked. It actually worked. So I cannot fault them. Yeah. Blue. Yeah, cool. I want to show you guys something, and I think I'll show it to you now. It's like a work of art, right? Something that just took me by surprise. This is a really nice guitar from Headway. Let's just look at all the inlays. Just check it out. Right, this is just the front, then the back. Crazy. Yeah, I am so awed by this guitar because this is from Headway. It's from the visor, and I picked it up from the what you call it, the case. It came in with a hard case. Hi Esther, how you doing? Thank you for your coffee. Yeah, Headway. I pick up from the case. I play with it, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, let's turn off the air conditioning for a while. so easy to play. Guitar's a bit out of tune, I know, but it's just when you're playing in a room, it just kind of like, yeah, it's like fills up this whole room, with this tone. Yeah, nice. Cool. So this is the Headway. Just thought I'd give you a sneak peek of this. And the smell of this guitar is like the aroma that comes up from this guitar is amazing. It's really nice. Sakura! Then you have this. This is an interesting guitar for ESP USA. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually reviewing this guitar because it's so awesome. This guitar is like something else. It's like this is a Zebrawood top, but I think this is a mahogany body. Yeah, with a maple neck. It's 3 Seymour Duncans. Standard fare, like you have the tremolo system, but it says here USA or ESP USA. The back is pretty normal, pretty standard fare. Handcrafted in California. Yep. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna look forward to like playing this guitar. Nice. Yeah. Fabian P. Hey Jonathan, I love your videos. Thanks for the content. I've just bought a Harley Benton ST62 with in-car silver and I'm waiting for delivery. Okay, it's good. It's a very affordable guitar. Nice. Kid PM, I have to admit that PRS sounds killer. You think so? His share in front of the amp like a preamp. Oh, okay. Well, think about it, right? His share, think about it. How would whatever you're doing on the preamp of your amp affect the tone of your pedal? It's the other way around, because the pedal goes before the amp. So whatever you're doing on your preamp is going to affect everybody's, every tone that's coming into the amp. So the final stage is on the amp. So whatever you're adjusting on this will not affect your pedal. Now, if you're going to use the amp primarily as a clean amp, and then you got to set your settings. Like if you have a drive, cut the drive down. You have a gain, cut the gain down, so you can get like a really nice clean sound that you like. Now, everybody's definition of a clean sound is very different, right? Some would sound really clean, like this is kind of clean, I guess. This is kind of clean. Right, so this is kind of clean in a way. Some people's definition of clean is very different. Some people would think that this is clean. So you have to be sure of your own understanding of what a clean sound should be like. My take would be getting a clean sound that you can actually do rhythm, strumming, whatever you're gonna do, or that works well with choruses and delays, and that would be the bed that I'm working from, the basic bed that I'm working from. So this is a clean sound that I have. And if your amp has 2 channels, then great. Then you can set the other channel as your distortion channel if you choose to. But just concentrate on one channel. So this is a clean channel. Get your clean channel down. I repeat again, make sure that it plays nice with your choruses, your delays, and your compressors if you have. And then you start playing around with your pedal. Like, what can you do with your pedal? Now, this is where the tricky part is, because a lot of pedals do not work well with a clean amp setting. Some pedals do, some pedals don't. So you gotta kind of like compensate a little bit. Like, you like a certain tone from your distortion pedal or from your overdrive pedal, and you like that tone, but when you turn it on, it doesn't sound right. Doesn't sound right because it's a bit too bright, because you had the clean channel going on. Now you might want to cut down the treble on your amp to kind of compensate it, or if you have already cut down whatever you have on your pedal, like any tone that you're cutting down, but you don't like it, and somehow you cannot work to compensate both these entities, then you might want to consider getting a graphic EQ pedal, right? An EQ pedal to kind of like have another stage of EQ right after your distortion pedal, which is a bummer because you had to activate two pedals at one time. But that all can be done if you have a switchboard, in your elaborate pedal board. If not, then learn how to step two pedals at one time. That's what I used to do, right? So, yeah, something to think about. Okay. Mark, thank you, Mark. I'm not cool. I got a stiff neck. Yeah, those inlays are sick, right? Killer look. Hanover, hey, Hanover Green. Hey, Jonathan, glad I got here before it ended. Well, interesting back. Right? I just got started actually. I started at 12:30. Yeah. Common Zach, you're from Toronto, Canada. Hi. So glad to finally catch your live stream. Really enjoy your channel and playing. Thank you so much. That's one sexy guitar. Can't wait to hear your review. Yeah. How much is the Headway? Dude, I don't know. I gotta search. I gotta find out. Not cheap though. Not cheap. I don't think it's cheap. Daniel, it looks like it would fill any room in most auditoriums. Big sound box. Yeah, but it's like a parlor size. It's like an OM size, not parlor size, an OM size. But nice. Yeah, lovely guitar. What's the guitar in the back? Awesome guitar playing. Oh, thank you, you. Thank you, you. I wonder if the luminous side inlays has a pink glow. For this? Which one? Wait, does have a? I didn't even know that. It does have a lumilay for this? Let's find out. You think it's lumilay? They're not lumelays, Esther. No, not lumelays at all. The only lumelays that I encountered was the one that is on the ESP Japan Snapper. Now, all the Snapper ASM comes in with lumelays, and they're really nice. Yeah. What's your favorite genre of music on guitar? The Headway has luminous inlay. No way. No, they don't. They don't, Esther, they don't. Oh, what? The Headway has, no, they don't. Thank you, Leonard. So I'll come looking for you when you have your cutlass delivered. Hi, Leonard. How are you? Okay, so Leonard says, Comfort Spirit says, my clean sound has no hint of distortion at all. Imagine the shadow sound. Right, there you go. Belarus. Hi, John. From Italy. Hey. Ciao. Come sta? I learned a new word. A presto. I should see you later, right? And then there's another one which I quite like. What's this? A dopo. Yeah, that's see you later, right? Presto, see you soon. Cool. And I learned something like posso. Let me get this right. Posso. Oh man, posso dove mangiare. Posso dove mangiare. God, oh man, posso dove mangiare il gelato. I'm learning slow. I'm a slow learner. Okay, where are we? Someone asked me about a genre of, what's your favorite genre of music or guitar? I'm a rocker in a way because I like rock music, so I would say rock music, but then again, it's it's a cross between rock and country because I love country rock, and these are the two genres that I really love. Yes. See you soon. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, fratello. Grazie. Joe McCarthy, what's that? Equalizer like the Boss G. Yeah, that's right. Like the Boss GE7. No, the side dots doesn't has a limulay. Not on this guitar anyway. Posto dove mangiare il gelato. Yeah. Un posto dove mangiare il gelato. Per favore. I got it. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. I miss Italy. I miss visiting Italy. I miss the food. Oh man. Somewhat. I love the exercise. Thank you. And what string gauge do you use? Do fingerboard radius play a vital role in choosing a string gauge, or is it completely dependent on the preference? Well, that's a darn good question. I keep getting this guitar down because I just love playing this guitar. I don't think I'm being fair to it because I don't spend enough time with this. Okay, so coming back to your question, what string gauges do you use? I use 010s. I think I showed you guys what I used last week. I normally use D'Alderos. Then for a while I went to GHS Boomers. And now I'm using Stay in Tune SIT strings, which is really nice. And I want to thank David's Guitar for sending some over here for me to test out, and they are really nice. I really love them. I think this is strung with GHS Boomer. The other one, the Jack Fowler, is strung with SIT, and I like it. I like how it sounds like. guitar is such a joy to play. Okay, so because of the fret radius, this has like 13-inch fret radius, so it's very flat. It's good for fast runs and stuff like that. I still prefer the 9.5s from the traditional Fender radius. Even the GNLs has the same radius. Somehow they are better with chords, so it doesn't get too messy when you're doing chords. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's all about muscle memory. It's about you getting accustomed to whatever fret radius that you're presented with. I played like so many fret radiuses, and I never had problem with any fret radius at all. I played from the 7.25, just to the 9.5 to 10th, or 11, or 12, and 13s. Yeah, I never had any problem with that. So it's all about you getting used to the fret radiuses, all right? Esther, hey Timothy, thank you, man. How you doing? I know that you're from Canada, but is it hot or cold where you're from? I just tried the Stay Tuned, all right, on my acoustic and love the feel. Wow. Oh, they have SIT for acoustic guitars. I didn't know that. Oh, that's nice. Oliver the Mini Lob Rabbit. John, do you like? Oh, there you go again. Yes, I love them. Where do you get it from? Where do you get it from? Are you based in Singapore or what? 32 degrees. That's pretty hot. What? Beautiful strat. Yes, it is, Belarus. It's a beautiful strat. Bella, né? Bella. I love I love the salted eggs, but not the potato chips. I don't like the potato. I love the fish skin, which is totally bad for your health, but I love them. And more humid than Singapore. You think so? Really? It's really humid here, and I guess part of the reason why I have the stiff neck is because of the humidity. Yeah. In any case, Daniel, this is the only guitar that should be allowed to be played anywhere in the Potion Maker law. Mustache Man, you have perfect string dampening techniques. Can you talk about that? I don't think I have very good dampening techniques, as was shown just now, because you can hear like little chinks here and there. You have to be really on your toes, and be on your toes when you're doing stuff like stuff on these stuff that I'm doing. Right? Yeah, so you gotta work at your left and right hand. So I do damping with both hands. So there are some parts that I don't want to sound. I will either it becomes second nature after a while. Like you would learn how to lift up your right hand fingers just to damp certain notes. And using the thumb is so important because when I'm playing like say see my thumb is over here damping the E string, or else it would sound like this. So when I do this, so my thumb is over the string, especially the E string when I don't want it to sound. And then for the rest of the strings, you get to kind of like understand which notes you don't want to sound and try to find a way to damp it in a way and not play it. Alright, so Andrew Cradell, did Wayne shield your... Oh yes, he did. I thought I told you about... well, actually, check it out. Did I show you guys what he did? Because he kind of like... Okay, what happened is that this guitar has this big swimming pool cavity here. This big cavity. Not like your usual... cavity where you have just a cavity for each pickup. So this is like one whole stretch, which is good because if say for example somewhere down the road I decide to change this to a humbucker, I could do that. I could try to get the same pickguard, which I don't think I'd be able to do it except for Schechter himself, but I could change it to a humbucker if I want to and kind of like file my way around it. But that's for further down the road. But this swimming pool has a sort of a shooting paint, a black shooting paint for it. And I had a problem with the shooting because it was so noisy. So what Wayne did was he kind of like stick on copper tape, and they're adhesive tape, but made of copper, and kind of like flood the whole thing, did a soldering and ground it somewhere, no way to put it into one of the jacks or whatever. And it worked. It was so quiet, it's a different guitar now. It's totally quiet. That's why when I'm playing like the this is the single coil. I don't hear much noise anymore. And I had a light on here. Normally, when I play this guitar, I cannot have this light on because I will get so I don't have it. Let's try. Say, can you hear that? Right? Can you hear that? Right? Because I had the noise gate on for a while. Can you hear that? Right? So if I were to pull this off. Still have it because it's a 60 cycle hum that runs across the whole room. But imagine it was like 5 times worse than this. Right? Pretty cool, right? So now you know why I like this guitar, because of the pickup. It has a certain overtone to it that I absolutely love. And then of course, like clean sound is pretty awesome. Alright. Okay. Oliver, my friend bought it back from the film. Really? Yeah, I guess they sell it in the Philippines too. Yeah, that's right. They're expensive though. The fish skin. The potato chips are a little bit cheaper, but the fish skin is a bit more expensive, right? Whereas Mark Hoffner, no, Mark Hoffner's tone is something like, but without too much of a gain, so you need to have real clean signal. Let me see. How do I go about doing this? Ah, there you go. Okay, so I'm gonna cut down the gain a little bit. That's the Mark Hoffner sound, I guess. Yeah, you can get any tone you want with this guitar. Basically, anything that's Strat related, you can actually get it. Makal, greetings from Poland. Hi, how are you? What? What, Tim? You got the Nick Johnston from eBay. Nice. Which one do you get? The single or the single humbucker? Jose Samir Divya. Hey, how are you? Hola. Thank you, Mustache Man. Chris, our temperatures reach 41 degrees during this time in the Philippines. Daily average is 36 degrees. Kind of makes you think you're going to commit suicide when you're training or working out. I know. It's getting bad. I think it's global warming. Who says it doesn't happen? I don't recall it being so hot before. Yeah, it's quite scary. Yeah, I could just walk out in my living room and just perspire like like I'm in a sauna, and it's bad. Oh, what is this? Did he just improvise that? What I do? Your wrist sounds a little like Van Halen 515. No. What is this word? Okay, what do you mean by that? I want to know. Comes in here and says good milk. I don't know what these people are about anyway. So, Daniel, do they use chlorine in the pool? I heard chlorine can be bad for the finish, but people still use it because it's cheap. Very good there, Daniel. Very good. No, this is like an empty pool. Arian Quest, how are you, Arian? Hey Dave, how are you? But I have my green engine out here. Cool. Nice. He said good boobs, right? Did he say good boobs? He said good milk. Anyway, I kicked him out. Yeah, I can't stand all this shit. Sorry, pardon my French. What's your M platform right now on the Helix Native? I'm not using my Helix Native right now. I'm using my Nuex. Can you see that? Yeah, this is what I'm using right now. On the Helix Native, I use a couple of amps. So yeah, it depends on what I want to get. What sort of tone I want to get. Mainly it's the Fender Deluxe, twin reverb, yeah, that kind of thing. Letter C, Caso Fino Colos. What in the world is that? Okay. Okay, whatever. Kurt Miller, how are you? I'm good. Hi Ian, how are you? Oh yeah, it's a beauty. It's a beauty indeed. It's like I'm reading it backwards, right? Like Tenet. Oh really? There've been an upsurge of idiots in chats. Needs to block at least 20 the other night on a show. Very childish stuff. Yeah, it happens, Ian. You know. It's like, I don't know. It doesn't really happen a lot over this channel because, I mean, people see me and they get bored, so they don't want to come in. So this is cool. So it's good. You know, we hang around, we can talk about guitars and stuff. Norway is hot right now. See, even Norway. Come on, Thomas and Guitar, right? So, how hot is it? I need to know about this. This is like getting something like really ridiculous. I get guys from Canada, right, saying it's 32 degrees centigrade. That's crazy. So how hot it is it in Norway, where you're from? Kurt Miller, I got to the point where I only want stainless steel frets on the guitars purchased because of how smooth they feel. What are your thoughts on the overall playability, BS nickel versus nickel? You know what? I was talking about this to Wayne the other night, and he told me something that was really poignant into my face. He says, "Look, Uncle John, you know, stainless steel, yeah, lasts forever, but do you think you will play your guitar until the frets actually wear out, on your nickel frets actually wear out? Do you play it that much until it does that?" My answer to him was yes, because I used to have my nickel frets worn out on my old Fender Strat Japan, and that was because I played every night for a couple of years, and it was really bad. You know, I can just see the indent of the strings. You know, I was doing a whole lot of tapping and stuff like that, so I had it refretted, and it's still there. It's still nice, you know, and I had no decision to make about changing them to stainless steel whatsoever. You know, stainless steel frets cost a bomb, and that's why I agree that to a certain degree, where you're coming from, Kurt, is that yeah, if you get a new guitar and if it does come with stainless steel frets, fine. It's a win-win situation. Yeah, but I'm fine with a nickel fret. I'm fine with it. You know, in certain cases, I find that nickel frets are a little bit a bit nicer to play, softer in a way, and not so what's the word to describe it, and not so bouncy as a stainless steel fret. You can do a lot of stuff with stainless steel frets, of course, you know, the country stuff, you know, all that you can do a lot with that, but I can do that fine with the nickel. You know, it's fine. It's just it's a little bit bright, stainless steel, just a little bit, just a touch, not too much. Or what? Bazzoni. DHL, where do I live? I live in Singapore, right? Timothy, HSS Coral Pink. Nice. Nice. Oh no. Leah, tell me where you're from again? It's 42 degrees? Oh, good lord, that's hot. But our click fool is strong. Just take a couple of clicks to deal with them. Yeah, I know. Click fool. How are you doing, Ian? Are you doing fine? Are you doing okay, mate? Juan Morales, Maestro, will you have the Court 29? I thought I did a review on that. Did I not? If not, then yeah, I have to wait. Yeah. One, you might just want to check my my channel, see whether I have that I think I did the review for the Court G290 Fat. I think so. Daniel, I thought they say it's gonna be 90 degrees Fahrenheit here in Michigan. Wow. 90 degrees. Okay, Google. How much is 90 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
90 degrees Fahrenheit is equivalent to 32.222 degrees Celsius.
So everybody's about the same. Guys in Canada and you in Michigan, 32 degrees centigrade. Wow. What's up today? It's a global warming day.
In German, you would say, Ich in Grad Celsius.
Thank you.
You're the best. I love helping you.
Thank you, darling. It's amazing I had a conversation with my girlfriend. Alright, okay, so where we this is so weird. Yeah, so I think it's gonna be like global warming day. Everything is hot. I'm in my room right now with the air conditioning on, and I'm still feeling hot. So yeah, I just wish my wife would say that I'm hot these days. Right, Timothy Matthew, I got the 1-year-old Nick Johnston traditional because what? Because that white Edwards review was sold. Oh man, okay. But you like pink? Do you like pink? Are you okay with pink? Pink is pretty cool though, I guess. But yeah, it's not my color, but you know. Oh come on, stainless steel frets wear out too. Oh, they do, but not for a long time. That's a fact. Stainless steel frets are also very hard to install, and they take a toll on the tools and the that's why they charge a bomb for installation. That's the reason why, you know, and that was explained to me by Wayne. The same thing that you just said, Chris. Alright, I'm done playing with this. Let's try this. Let's hear how it sounds. Hot is normal. Wow, you have a recess here. Cool. Nice. Out of the way. Okay. Let's tune this. These are Seymour Duncans. Yeah, sounds like Seymour Duncans. Seymour Duncans have a certain kind of sound. Like, you know, I play on so many of them that I kind of like. Once I start playing, I kind of know that these are Seymour Duncans. So that's a tremolo arm here. I didn't even know. Okay, nice. I kind of like it. Let's hear the clean sound. These are like 13s, not mistaken, the fret radius. Yeah, it's very typical Seymour Duncan. Don't tell me these are the same Seymour Duncans that is on the other ESP. Oh. Anyway, okay, where am I? The Jetson nickel frets are the most durable than the normal nickel frets. Yes, you're right. Okay, wow, boy. Okay, you guys are getting ahead of me. It's a 1-year-old Nick Johnston. Okay, well, not too bad. Is it in good condition? I hope it's in good condition, Timothy. It hot is normal where I live. It's 42 Celsius here. Yeah, okay. Timothy, yes, 2 weeks ago. No way. From 2 degrees centigrade to 32. Oh my God. Later, yes, in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Arizona. I mean, what can you expect? But but 42 degrees. It's a bit much, right? You know, fry an egg on your car hood. Patrick, yeah. Hello, how are you? Where you from, Patrick? Race rich. I would say for the stainless steel frets, they are a wee bit slippery. Plus, they also don't tarnish as quick. Yeah, right. Ian, I'm doing fine. Thank you, Jonathan. Hope you are well. It's hot here too. In good old England, it's hot. Wow, that's something else. Is it still raining, or is there any rain? Walls of Jericho in Germany is around 60 Fahrenheit too today. So it's a hot day today. It's amazing, huh? Alright, Connecticut is not too bad. It's 25 degrees. My favorite kind of temperature. So you have it made, Dave. Yeah, nice temperature for you. So Tim, you're okay with pink? Cool. I take this to attack me on my Fulton. They come inside, it's so hot. Really? Yeah, just the thought of the tick attacking you is like, yeah, hilarious. Anyway, Rich. Hey John, do you have anything to say about hanging your guitars on walls, or do you prefer to store them in cases? All right, okay. Been there, done that. I used to hang my guitars on my wall, or on my windows, but just discovered that it's not a good thing. So I had them all like in my gig bags. I bought a couple of gig bags and put them all in the gig bags, and it's bare right now. Problem is because this room is so humid, being in Singapore, the air conditioning kind of suck out quite a lot of the moisture, but you used to get like moisture, and then your strings will start going, and then I hate rust. I hate rust in anywhere. So, and dust, right? So I had them all like covered with my gig bags, yeah. So that's what I do. As for cases, I have a couple of cases at the back, kind of hidden them, right, inconspicuously, and cases are fine, but they take up a whole lot of space. Yeah, that's the only drawback. I would prefer to put guitars on my case because it's in a protective cocoon by its own, and you can put like happy hippo or stuff like that to kind of like suck out the moisture, and have it like in a pristine condition. So cases are good, right? So it depends on your space. For me, I don't have much space, so I have to make do with what I have here. Is that the koa with the neck through? No, it's not, Kurt. This is a mahogany. I think it's a mahogany, or I could be wrong. Mahogany body with a Zebrawood top, and it's not a neck through. Yeah, there's a neck joint there. Dave, okay, alright, all windows open, cool. Ian, as long as the walls as long as the wall has no radiator and it's not an uninsulated outside wall in the Arctic, no, it should be fine hanging them on walls. Okay. Timothy Matthew, the orange one, I have to wait 3 months. Alright. Okay, Samswa, what? Taman guitars are not available in India. Actually, I was confused between PRS SE Pulse guitar, Schecter C1 SLS Elite, and well, you have to kind of like decide on your own, right? On which you want to get and where you can get it from, because certain guitars are hard to get, right? I can understand that. Yeah, so this is the jack fowler. This has been strung with the SIT strings. And the first thing that I discovered, I think I told you guys, I mentioned about it in the last week stream, was that when I first opened up the package for the SIT, I found out it was, it's a heft to it. So the strings actually are a little bit more heavier than the DLDers or even the GHS boomers. And I'm thinking like it could be good. It should be good. Heavier strings, more sustained. I love this guitar so much. Where are we? Okay. However, looking at the Edwards Les Paul you review, very difficult to get Edwards here. Yeah, right. Jeanette told me that you emailed her, so yeah, and I think the delivery cost is a bit too high. Yeah, so what I do, I read you, Race Rich. So what I do is that I don't hang them on the neck, on my wall. Like I said, I have gig bags. So gig bags have like the straps and stuff. So I just kind of like hang the straps over the catch, so it doesn't have anything to do with the guitar at all. So it doesn't have any contact with the guitar. So I think that's fine. Yeah. So maybe it's something to think about. And Daniel, okay. So Daniel, you're from Phoenix too, so you're same with Leith. Leith is from Phoenix too. I used to visit Tucson. Yeah, I used to go up there every year. Miss that place. I miss the Mexican food. Why do you put that plastic sleeve under the strings? I didn't put it. It came with it. So the plastic sleeve is to protect the fretboard when. They used to do that in all the high-end guitars, like the custom shop. ESP still does that, for its certain models. The Snapper has it, and I think it's a great thing. It's this plastic kind of like protection for the frets. I think it's a nice thing. What? All right, okay. No rain today. We had rain yesterday. Okay, so it's gonna be humid. Yeah. We will get 90 next few days, though it might crank on the AC. I'm gonna try those SIT2 next time. Yeah. Jack Fowler has amazing tone. It does, doesn't it? It's a pickup, this. What pickup is this? I forgot. These pickups are really nice. Okay, so which brings us to the subject that I thought I want to talk a little bit about. Some of you asked me, at least I counted like 3 or 4 of them asking. So Jonathan, you mentioned that you didn't particularly like PRS guitars. Can you tell me why? I gotta explain myself about this. Now the PRS guitars, they're pretty. I mean, who would say no to a design like that? Who would say no? Come on. Who would say no to a guitar as beautiful as this? But guitar playing is more than just the look, right? It is. There's a part in the equation somewhere. You have to have a guitar that looks good, or else you won't pick it up in the first place. So the PRS guitars are really well known for their exotic woods, their what you call that, their workmanship and stuff like that. But in terms of sound, I didn't particularly like the PRS sound because it just sounds funny to me. I just don't dig it. Like even with the fabulous pickups that they might have, the wonderful appointments that they have in each of the guitars, somehow the tone I didn't quite kind of connect with the tone. Which brings me back to another point where why a lot of guitarists like the PRS, because the PRS can cater to a whole lot of genres of music. Right? I find that in short of a better word, I need to have soul in the guitar that I'm playing. Like for example, this Jack Fowler, like this is a fraction of a cost of a PRS, right? Well, we're talking about the US made PRS, like that one that I just showed you. But this guitar has a certain quality to it that I like. It just connects with me. But that's just me, right? So some of you guys really love the PRS. Fine, go for it. I'm not going to stop being your friend. But you have a preference for that tone, fine. But I have a preference for guitars like this, like the Strats. If I want to play a Strat, I'll play a Strat. I don't want to play a hybrid. If I want to play a Tele, I'll play a Tele. I don't want a hybrid. This is like a hybrid to me because it looks like a Strat, doesn't sound like a Strat, doesn't sound like a Les Paul, but then it has color. It has color to it. It has soul. It has a character to it, and that's why I bought this in the first place. Otherwise, I won't waste my money on buying guitars that doesn't have all these things. The next Johnston is another one. Like it has character to it. It's great pickup, great color, right? Even though it's not as intricate as the PRS, but hey, I dig it. And I like the tone. I like the playability of it. The PRS has certain qualities that I like I mentioned before, like the design, the woods, even the fretboard and the frets that they use. The headstock, I love the headstock immensely because I'm totally in love with it. With the locking, the way they do the locking tuners and stuff like that. It's just the tone, I'm just not used to that tone. And I understand that it's partly due because of the scale line. Something to do with the scale line because it's 25-inch scale line as opposed to 25.5 on the typical Strat kind of shape, and as opposed to 24 point something on the Les Paul. The one thing that I find that is good, right? One thing good I find about the PR is that because of the skill, like I can kind of like overbend and do overbends a whole lot, and I can get really acrobatic at times with my bending because I have less to fight with. But then I've practiced enough to do the same thing on my Strat, even with the 25.5. And it's just a matter of, like I said, muscle memory and just practicing, right? Getting used to the fight back from the strings and trying to navigate yourself away. And part of it is learning how to do overbands. But then you tend to go out of tune. No, it doesn't. See? So that's okay. Then let me go to another thing. It's how. So these are stay in tune strings, okay? But it's how you acclimate your strings, like pulling and stretching them, so that you will not go out of tune. But for a PRS, it's so easy to do all this because there's less tension. All right. So if you go, but you have to like practice it because you tend to go out of tune on the get-go. I still go out of tune sometimes because yeah, so something to think about. And then with the tremolo arm, you can still do stuff. So, yeah. So this is the thing that I discovered about a PRS. I could do all this effortlessly because, like I said, less tension. So it's nothing about whether I'm against PRS and I'm not. It's just a guitar company to me. I find its guitars a bit overpriced. But I've seen like enough companies that comes up with great guitars that are at a fraction of the cost and still plays well and sounds good. So, yeah. What do you guys think? Hi, Rolly. Rolly Claro. Yes, it's been a while. Kurt Miller, have you been able to play John Schecter live? I bet that's kind of true. That mix really well. Have not. I'm just waiting for my next live stream concert, which I think might happen in July. And it might not happen in July because things are pretty bleak over here. Yeah. What happened was we were actually on the right track. Our cases were way down a couple of weeks ago. I'm talking about a month ago. And then we have the Indian variant that came in. And what happened was, well, Singapore being Singapore, we need workers, right? We need workers. And most of our workers, we're talking about the industrial industry, building apartment blocks and stuff like that, even down to the trash and whatever you have, like anything that does with the quality of life in Singapore. Most of them are migrant workers from India, from Indonesia, some from Philippines. They are all employed in various professions like healthcare, whatever. So we need workers, and we have this workers coming in from India, and some of them are infected with the Indian variant. But we are pretty stringent on that because right on the get-go, when they come in through the airport, they will be scrutinized, there will be swab tests, and if they have any indication of a COVID infection, they will be quarantined straight off. And they are quarantined in an area that is away from the existing dormitories of the current workers that we have in Singapore. But every now and then, one or two would slip by. And it happened like about 4 weeks ago. Yeah, it started about 4 weeks ago, where some members of the community in Singapore started having the Indian variant, and some the cases went up. Some of the COVID cases went up, and the government was really on a ball on this, and kind of like decree a kind of a semi-lockdown. So we're back to working at home. We used to be able to have a meal with 8 of us outside in the restaurant. Now we cannot do that, not even one. All restaurants dining are all closed. There's only takeaway, and I kind of understand why the government has to implement that, because the new variant is pretty contagious. And to top it off, when all these things was going through, there's this minister, senior minister or deputy minister in, I don't know, in one part of India, started spewing off nonsense that because we were like, Singapore was taking this precaution, like, getting our children protected and vaccinated, and some of our children got infected, and he was spewing out nonsense like, Singapore has a new variant that will attack children, and that we should like cut off every visitors that is coming in from Singapore. But we have already cut off everything. We have a lockdown on the airports. Only essential workers are allowed in, and the rest are not allowed in at all. And this minister is spewing all this nonsense, created a lot of hoo-ha. Our government wasn't too happy. Our citizens wasn't too happy. And then they kind of like they walked back on it. The Indian premier kind of apologized, because we supplied India with oxygen tanks and help when they were short of oxygen tanks and needed help. We were there to help them. So they kind of walked back on that. So that was pretty hilarious. So that's the current situation that we have now, and it affects every walk of life, like our live stream concerts and whatever we used to do. In fact, we're supposed to open up our certain venues for concerts, and now everything has to be shelved. So yeah, that's a long and short of it. I always get gas when I watch you play. Not good for the bank account, but you have the best instinct for a good guitar. Thank you, Ian. Yeah, I'm making a point that that's why when it gets me when people ask me why don't you review this, and what's the difference between this and this. I understand that, but it gets me every time, because the only guitars that I review in this channel are the ones that I like. They're not my guitars that come in here and I kind of like they don't do anything. We return it. I return it back to the shop, and these guys, I'm talking about like Davis and City Music and Band Lab, they were so gracious. They kind of understand, because I don't want to give a bad representation on a product, regardless of anything. If it doesn't sound good, I won't do it. I won't do the review. Same with the effects, the pedals and stuff like that. So whatever you see on the channel are the ones that I kind of like, that I think has a 50-50 chance of doing someone good, So, and then you have if you notice the description box that I have in each of my video, I have Bruce approve of this guitar. That's a double confirmation that I really like this guitar. So watch out for that. So if Bruce is not there, then that guitar is just okay, but it's not something that I really love, right? So just a hint, just a tip. All right, Timothy Matthew, the Atwood's Les Paul. What was the best characteristic of it that I like? You know what? I like everything about it. The color, love the color. That flame maple top, the red flame maple top is something else, and the rosewood fretboard is really nice. So apart from that, the sound, I love how it sounds like. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't have my Les Paul Classic, I would buy that, like that. I would have bought it. Yeah. So that guitar is one that is something that Bruce approved. Kurt, I never liked the PRS neck thickness and tremolo. I swapped the Vega Trem. Oh, nice. Okay, a Vega Trem for the PRS. That would make Andres very happy. Yeah. 11 core. I bought a PRS S2 a few months ago. I went to the store to actually try 3 other guitars from the other brands, and I randomly picked up that PRS as well, and I like it so much that I bought it. Cool. Like I said, every one of us have their own preference, so I'm glad you end up with a PRS S2, and it's not that expensive too. Rolly Cloud, I love and play my Yamaha 510 more, which is 9% cheaper than my PRS 24, but my other PRS 25 anniversary TCI pickup is amazing. The thing with the PRS is overpriced, I think. And you're right. The pickups are really nice. The TCI pickups, it's like I don't know. The humbuckers, the TCI humbuckers are really good, and that's one thing I like about it. It kind of reminds me of the TB control of the GNL. But the GNL is on the PTB, right? Passive treble and bass control. Well, GNL is more about the circuitry, whereas this TCI is about the pickups themselves. So I kind of like the pickups. Thank you for reminding me about that. Chris, it's not quite a Strat, not quite a Les Paul. I feel it provides the best of both worlds. I guess it's the magic behind PRS guitars. It's the middle ground for both ends of the spectrum. And that's the middle ground that I had problem with, Chris. Even though, like I said, the pickups are nice, it just doesn't sound, it doesn't sound the way I would, it's not something that I would fall in love with, basically. Joe McCarthy, I watch and listen to certain PRS players to see if they can make the guitar really sing. For example, Brian Edward and Brian from Private Reserve. Yeah, okay. Daniel, I'm considering a computer numerated control certificate, but I only have 2 classes left from my Associates of Applied Science degree. Wow. Nice. What will you do after that? After you graduate from that? After you get a degree, what will you do? Ian, I thought PRS stood for pretty real expensive. Objects of beauty, but like a gold plated Rolls Royce, you wouldn't want to leave it in a public car park or take it to a gig. Yeah, I guess. But all things considered, if say like this PRS that I'm talking about, this PRS that I showed, I'll show it again. This one will set you back about $5,000, Singapore. And if I have a gig, I have gigs, like if I'm still working constantly, and if I really love this guitar, which to tell you frankly, I'm attracted to this guitar because of the way it looked, not the way it sounded, right? So if I were like really into this PRS thing, I would buy it just like that, and I would gig with it just like that. But I'm not a kind of guy, so these guitars are catered to certain section of people that that is catered for, right? And these people includes collectors, guys who are really like collecting all these guitars. Chin Nasisco, hi Jonathan, you're the reason why I'm so obsessed with Harley Benton, and I couldn't get it in my country because the shipping will cost almost half the price. Exactly, yes, you're right. It's gone really expensive these days. It used to be really affordable, right? Now because of the COVID-19, the delivery charges have sometimes tripled, so it's not worth it unless you stay in Europe. You guys in Europe had it made. Yeah. Andrew Awaken, I guess a big part of the COVID challenge is high population density. Here in Florida, our new cases have been trending down over the past few months, despite pretty much everything opening back up. That's great. Vaccination is the way to go, man. We are aiming for. In fact, we started vaccinating our children right now as we speak. So, our Prime Minister is aiming for like maybe July for everything to be completed. That most of our by end of July, I think, that most of our younger population will be vaccinated, and I think that would be great. My wife just had her second vaccination. Yeah, so yeah, she's pretty knocked out after that, but she's okay now. She's back to normal. Chin Cisco, really love your videos though, and my dad watch you. Say hi to your dad. Thank you, Chin. Bruce is the guy. We'll watch for his approval. He's Scottish, you know. Anyway, and that was me thinking it was your smile that gave it away. No. It was Bruce all along. Hey, do you still have the Martin 000017 Black Smoke? Do you still enjoy? I don't have it. I can't afford every guitar that I reviewed. That guitar went back to the shop, and I know what you're talking about. The Black Smoke. I love the guitar a lot. That guitar is one of the better sounding guitars that I played. Yeah. Dave, what? My plain rate PRS CE24 cost $700 in '92. The neck just plays so well, but I play my Schecter NG more these days. Chris, speaking of the pickups, that is my pet peeve for PRS guitars. They have no option to swap the pickups because it's a custom measurement. Yeah, that's just the way it is. You know, it is okay. I'm not too turned off by that because you know if PRS make a set of pickups for the guitar, then yeah, it's either you buy the guitar or you don't buy the guitar, right? If you like the guitar and how it sounds like, then I probably will not swap the pickups for anything because that's the PRS sound that you're looking for. And yet, what? I would get a PRS SE custom and put pickups to it and other upgrades. Okay. And yes, Chris, I'm yet to find a PRS that would actually knock my socks off. I haven't had that feeling that I must have this guitar with PRS. Maybe I haven't experienced it yet. Okay. Daniel, move to Singapore. Really, just anything. I think I may study more how to make music and graphics art too. Then see about what comes next as I go. Well, I wish you all the best, Daniel. You know, it's great that you're learning stuff. Yeah, that'll be good. That's so good of you. Yeah. Chris, I tried the most expensive ones too. A Modern Eagles with me, which is a 7K USD, and it's like man for me. Yeah, all right. So John, have you tried the PG Spark? No, I have not. I have not tried, so I can tell you. Kid PM, it's not very rock and roll to get vaccinated. Why? It is rock and roll to get vaccinated. Yeah, so I can continue to rock and roll. Chris, praying for the healing of your wife. Oh, she's all fine. She's fine. She's all, you know, she's herself right now. You know. Chin, have you ever had an expensive guitar that just plays and feels so bad out of the box? Yes, I have. When I reviewed it, and I didn't review it, and that's why I didn't see it. That's a nice one, Ian. That's what a chisel is for. Hi, Bear. How you doing? It's been a long time. Doing okay? Right, Robert. I just don't get those anti-vax. You know, I don't know what makes them tick. Johnny Zombie, Jonathan, have you read the Steve Lukather book? It's awesome. Yes, I agree totally. It's awesome. Why? Why do I agree with it? Because I have it. I bought it 2 weeks after it was released, so I bought it from this online bookstore. I love this book so much. There's so many things in here that kind of blew my mind, you know, what goes on behind the scene. And I just like the way he is, you know, his persona, his character, the way he is really honest with everything. Yeah. I have a bit of a potty mouth though, but you know, can't fault him for that. That's the life that he chose. But he's very transparent. He's very direct, and I love that about him, and that translates to his playing. Yeah. Chin, I actually experienced a Gibson that feels so horrible. A Tokai LP that was sent to us for repair sounded way better stock pickups. I know. There are a couple of Les Pauls that are like really horrendous. I just don't know what's happening to the company. Right? People ask me why should I still get a Les Paul? I say yeah, but get a used one. Get those like back in like pre-2008, I guess. And those were like the anything before that will be safe. Yeah, before the fiasco happened right after that with the robot tuners and God, I don't even know how to describe it. That that pickup selector that they have is like crazy. Oh yeah, I did. I actually wanted to buy one, but they didn't have it in stock in Singapore. And that was in a cover of Guitar Player, and if I remember correctly, it was in blue. Yeah, it was like a blue flame maple top, and I was dying to get hold of that guitar, but they didn't bring it in. So I bought an equivalent to it, and just tried to imagine myself that okay, this is the same as the guitar that you had. That was how much of a fan I was back then. I'm still a fan. I still love his playing. Aaron, no, I have no idea because I don't like John Mayer. I mean, I love his music. Okay, I love his music, but after what happened, especially with the PRS Silver Sky, yeah. I'm being petty. I know I'm being petty. I love his musicianship. I love John Mayer's musicianship, and I love the way he sings and all that. But not really a fan. Chin makes me sad. Really, the old Gibsons feel nice, but yeah, right. You're right. Try the Epiphone inspired by Gibson range. A friend told me he think they are way better than the current Gibsons. That may be true because I think they're trying to kind of salvage, or rather target the mid-range, the mid-price range customer base. So yeah, something to look at. Speaking of the Silver Sky, yeah, I don't want to go there. I was so disappointed with the Silver Sky. I thought it was like a horrible way to make money off. I just don't agree with the whole thing. I thought he was doing fine with the Fender, his John Mayer's model in Fender. I thought that was a pretty good guitar. The Silver Sky was like, yeah, I was utterly disappointed with that. I didn't know that, Chris. I didn't know that you sold it off so fast. Yeah, I thought you had it. I thought you still had it. Alice, have you played any new Tokais made in Japan recently? No, I have not. Would love to. Chinas, and for the mid-range prices, they feel sound and even play better than those 4-digit Gibsons. No, I believe so. Because I've tried some of the Epiphone guitars. They're really nice, especially the new ones. But I have not had a chance to actually kind of like review them. Yeah. I have to admit, my two favorite guitars in my collections are two Gibson Les Pauls, one 1996 and really heavy 2003. Right, Les Paul classic, but I love the weight and it plays and sound awesome. Likewise. I love my 1998 Les Paul classic. Yeah, it's just it's just really well made and sustained forever. Right. But the Silver Sky is the most original, most unique guitar in the Yeah, right. The most original guitar. Good one, Cosmic. So that immediately I felt I can destroy those fret quickly. Yeah. Aaron P. Wow, John, you're working on US time? I am. I'm. You know what time I woke up? I woke up like a couple of hours ago. I overslept, and that's why my neck is killing me. I think I just slept too much. I was just pretty zonked out last night after the review. Yeah, I was doing a couple of stuff, and I was just so tired. Esther, all right, good night, darling. Good night. Have sweet dreams. Old Gibsons versus new ones, yeah. I need to get back in the normal time zone again because yeah, my firstborn is coming over for lunch tomorrow, so I gotta be up and about. So I'm gonna finish this live stream soon, and then I'm gonna like finish off the review that I was doing halfway for the PRS. So you guys can look for it tomorrow, I guess, or maybe I'll just release it when I'm done doing the reviews. Alright, so what? Silver Sky might not be original, but I've had dozens of Strats and it's my favorite by far. Alright, Nick. Okay. Like I said, whatever turns you on, like, you know, if you like a certain guitar, cool. Fine. You know, I have no problems with that. And I'm glad you found a favorite guitar, because all of us need a favorite guitar. No, Aaron, I answered that question a long time ago. No, I have not. I don't think I'll be able to try any one of this. You know. Silver Sky, a Strat that has no quack and no bark. Wow, that sounds like a real bad plan. Kurt, great to see you again. Yes, Kurt. It was great to see you guys. Anyway, look, if you guys got anything that you want me to pray for, just let me know. But I'm just going to end this with another prayer, right? That's what we usually do when we end the live stream, right? So, okay, I'm going to answer last question from Cosmic. How do you feel about the Harley Benton that you put the Vega Tram on? I love it. I mean, that Harley Benton, you're talking about the HHT. That's one of my favorite Harley Bentons to date, bar none. Even the HSH Fusion Pro cannot stand up to it. The HHT is the best Harley Benton I played, bar none. And I'm glad I had the Vega Tram in it, because yeah, it's there for keeps. Yeah. All right, Gunnar, you take care. All right, so I'm gonna leave right now. So I'm gonna say a short prayer. So just bear with me, right? Okay. So another one from Chin. Okay, I'll answer this before I start praying. What are your opinions on nickel frets? I want opinions on nickel frets. Haven't tested any. So what? You haven't tested nickel frets? Oh, that's great. Well, I like nickel frets actually. I like the way it feels. Then again, I've been playing nickel frets all my life. It's only recently when I got my Harley Benton that I have a chance to try stainless steel. Go figure, right? And I like the stainless steel, but I don't know. I don't actually find any difference between these two. Not really a whole lot. So yeah. All right. Take care. Okay. I thank you, Lord, for tonight. I thank you for my brothers and sisters who are here, and I just pray that, Lord, that you will take care of them, watch over them, cover them with your blood, and they and their families and their loved ones. May you, Lord, always be a hedge of protection around them. And also pray for the situation to be better all across the globe, wherever they are, whether in Canada, in States, in Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, Europe, in England, in Croatia, or in Germany. Lord, I just pray that, Lord, that your presence will be there for all of us. That you give us, Lord, the security that we need and the comfort that we need. So thank you, Jesus. Thank you for tonight. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. So I'll see you I'll see you when I see you. So I've decided not to make any announcement about the live stream, so I can catch you guys off guard. I think that works better. Instead of me like announcing that I'm not gonna be a live stream like 2 days from now, I'm not gonna do that anymore. So I hope to see you when I see you. As the new word, a presto. Right? A presto. Right. So ciao. Take care of yourself. God bless.